Hello everybody, Dokkan here. Welcome back to another video on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. You guys are joining in at the perfect time. It's just a hilarious time here with good old Twitter. So shout outs to you guys. I guess following me on Twitter. I don't know. Anyways, I don't know what I was going with that. So, as you guys know, the World Tournament has ended. We got the rewards earlier today. Well, actually, I'm gonna try to upload this video today, so you guys can have another video. How about that? 2 videos in one day. How's that? So today, I decided to make a video on this post, which I made prior to the World Tournament finishing up. I decided, you know what? I'm just gonna not continue grinding because it's ridiculous, man. Like, World Tournament is just upsetting. It's annoying. It's a lot of things. To be fair, this particular World Tournament, not a lot of people were grinding on it, which is good. Because I thought that we were going to have a struggle on this World Tournament. Like I had in the past, where, you know, just getting to local #1 is like an issue. So getting to this top position, I think the end result was 2,531 for my current overall ranking. And I did made it to local #1, which wasn't that bad. Again, not a lot of people were grinding this World Tournament, which was pretty surprising. So I made this comment saying we really discarded Chain Battle and kept this. Ah, boy, everybody just started flooding my comments. So before we get into the whole shebang as to the discussions that happened through this post, because apparently, you know, it's my most watched post that's so far. Well, not so far, because if you guys check my profile, for the pinned tweet, I feel like that is the most watched tweet that I've ever had. But whenever it's Dokkan related, I never had these types of like numbers. So let's go ahead and talk about it. But before we do that, let me go ahead and pull some other resources. All right, so I managed to pull out 2 pages, right? We got the Explosive Chain Battle and we got World Tournament. As you guys know, there was an update sent out by the producers of the game stating that this mode is not gonna be existing anymore. JP doesn't have it anymore. Global is about to discard it altogether as well once we get the arrival of the Super Saiyan 3 Goku and Hirudegarn dual Dokkan Fests. That is the last Chain Battle that we're gonna have. And throughout the history of this Chain Battle, you know, released almost 4 years ago, Chain Battle has been a pretty good mode for us to be able to get a lot of good resources, such as equipment. That is the main priority for what you got for, you know, your Chain Battle stuff. So a lot of the people were invested in this mode, by the way. There was a whole community on Discord, on Twitter itself. There were so many like audiences that were giving you the opportunity to help out on this mode, right? So just to give you a quick rundown as to what this mode entails. So you need to have, like it says over here on the picture, you're facing this enemy and you need to have this attacker and super type and extreme type connectors or supporters. Now you will have these right here, which will be your connectors. So this consisted in looking up characters depending on the type of categories, because it varies between the bosses, right? So let's say, for example, you got Broly in here. This was like Goku's family or something like that. Goku's family, sibling spawn or something like that. If we go to like a guide, we can see something similar. So let's go over to list of bosses, for example. Let's go for Broly, right? So Broly, this was the first ever Chain Battle. The enemies that we had were Hybrid Saiyan, Sibling Spawn, and Kamehameha. I almost got it. So you could use a team like this, you know, bring in like LR, Gohan, and Goten, the family Kamehameha trio, their SSRs and stuff like that. And it turned out to be a problem for a lot of people because none of the player base were going to grind the characters all together, right? So none of the audience that plays the game were gonna be like, oh, I do have a Gohan and Goten, but I don't have his T-War because I'm not a whale. I don't spend a lot of money in the game, therefore I don't have a lot of resources. And it's fine because we tell them as content creators to summon on specific things and not to summon on specific things. So I'm like, okay, I mean, that's fine. You're not gonna wail out. That's okay. We don't want you to wail out. But you know that there was a whole community over on Twitter that could help you get to top 1%, because the goal of Chain Battle was to, you know, have a set of characters, advantageous characters and advantageous categories set up in a team of extreme and super classes, so you can line them up, bring them in to not only to help your friends and in their friends list, but also to have them help you. So in a way, you could scroll away and see if there was a team inconsistent with the categories and the characters that they wanted in order for them to help you out and get a pretty high score. So it's like this, for example. So you set up the teams and stuff like that with your supporters and then your connectors and stuff like that. And Twitter had guides. People dedicated to this craft of Chain Battle had guides for them to help you out on how to get to the biggest damage dealing that you can get. So that was the whole point, right? So in that sense, the higher the points you get, the higher the rewards were going to be. So there we go. We got the ranking system. So if you got the top 1%, you were able to get these, which is the power of unity, I believe. And these jewels, you can trade them in for equipment, necessary equipment that you can use for your characters to power them up if in any case you need them to do a specific thing. For example, some of my dodge equips come from Chain Battle. Some of the dodge equips come from these shops, and it's usually very helpful. But the thing that gave me the most amount of joy was the orbs, the kais, the amount of stones that also this gave you. This was also very, very good, because it's like, okay, so it's 5, 4, that's 9, 3, that's 12, 2, that's 14, you got 17, 20, 21 dragon stones. Somebody said that it was 10 dragon stones, by the way, keep that in mind. But the rewards itself were really, really freaking good. Now the World Tournament is this little mode that we have still, in which you need to bring, there are 4 rounds. You got the preliminary, quarterfinal, semifinal, and final. And the optimal option for you to be able to reach a pretty high tier, getting bonus points, getting the local rewards and stuff like that, and to keep a win bonus going on, is to bring a lot of like characters who can AoE. That's fine. But the grind is obnoxious in and of itself, because you have to keep going over and over and over and over and over until you can keep your streak alive. So this is all, by the way. I mean, this is useful for like new players, right? Bringing Jocko and Chaozu that can stun during the World Tournament. It's going to be pretty useful. But it's so unnatural. You just continuously grind through something to get to a pretty high ranking, right? It takes a lot of time and a lot of dedication. That's why these are open throughout the entire weekend for you to grind them. And this is just a quick 5 to 10 minutes in order for you to get the top score, and then it resets on reset. Your tries are resetted in order for you to attempt it again. Okay, that's good. Now that you got a little bit of a rundown as to what these events entails, let's go back to the tweet. So I made this. We really discarded Chain Battle and kept this. That is where everything hit the fan. Because everybody got annoyed. So let's go ahead and go through these replies, right? So, Senor David, my goat. Yep, sadly they did. I really hope we're not getting another one next month. Man, my neurons are so pissed at me right now. Because that is what the mode entails, right? It's just a brainless mode for you to go over and over and over again to participate and get to like local rankings. And shoutouts to Lotad, shoutouts to Baba Yaga, shoutouts to, I guess, Discord, the user Discord, not the actual proper platform, and so many others. Shoutouts to Kitomi as well. Kitomi is one of these people that grind this World Tournament to have this current ranking be like at 8 or higher, right? So those are people who dedicate themselves to go at it and be top 1, top 2, top 5, top 10 in the world tournament. And my love and dedication, everything, I praise you guys. I praise you guys for that. Not a lot of people do that, right? A lot of people would just be like, oh, I'm just gonna get 30 million points and I'm done. Granted. However, there are some rewards that you can get by reaching a certain tier for the world tournament, right? So if we go over to rankings, you need to, like, of course you get to this, but do we have the missions in here? Mission rewards. Okay, so if we go down, mission rewards, tournament related missions will be available during the world tournament. Most amount of wins times the amount of tournaments. Reach a certain tier and win times amount or X amounts of the tournaments in a row. Some will be listed in missions, and etc, etc. I feel like Dokkan Info has this, so give me 1 second. All right, so we're looking at the top 2,000 like wins. This is where I landed, right? So you get these amounts of rewards, right? Some awakening medals and stuff like that. Some people only grind to 30 million points, and that's okay. That's fine. But let's say that, you know, people will end up possibly like around this range, right? 30 million points. You know, that's good. You get only these medals, right? And usually, for Dokkan Info, let me see on Dokkan Info real quick. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 characters from the World Tournament who get their ECAs. Each individual character takes, you know, these are 12. This is what? 15, 10, 30, 30. Actually, no. 15, 40, 30, and 30. That's fine. That's good. So, with this, you can only ECA 2 characters from the World Tournament. So if you get to here, you're only able to ECA only 2 of the World Tournament characters that they offer you. But what about the rest? Are you guys gonna wait for the next World Tournament to do that? No, because at the moment, as a content creator, you will want to showcase these characters. So therefore, I have to go harder than, you know, a little bit imaginable and try to get to a pretty sweet spot to get these rewards. I was desperately trying to get to here, but I couldn't do it because I grew tired of the World Tournament. So you're losing on 30 medals each on here. So, and I understand, you know, you don't need to like dedicate your life, your weekend over to just a silly World Tournament. That's okay. But these people make it seem like, you know, it has to be. So, yeah, this is true. The new runs during the World Tournament, it's a problem. Amen, my dude. 91 million, and your number 1 local, my number 1 local has 160 million. Yeah, like I said, it'd be like that. I had a World Tournament where I had to be local number 2 multiple times. I forgot to type that because of the insane grind the dude had. Multiple times I've ended at number 2 because of the fact that some dude or some dudette grinded the World Tournament to a point that, you know, I couldn't reach him. I couldn't get to him. So I was like, okay, well, you know what? I give up because my neurons cannot take it. So JE, I'm assuming that's a J and an E. 45 stones, guys, Sani, tickets, LRs, decent ECA units is better than skill orbs, stickers, maybe 10 dragon stones. I don't know. Maximum 5 Kais. What am I smoking? We just went over this, by the way. We go over to the rankings, we go to the missions. 21 dragon stones. 2, 3, 4. There's a couple of Kais in here that you can get, but during the rankings, that's 10 plus the ones that you got on the mission. So that's 12, 13, 14. 14 Kais. That's useful for an LR, by the way. And yet people are like, where do we get more Kais? Where do we get more Seni? Where do we get more orbs? They question that. So I went into a rant over with this guy, and he says this, right? 3-day grind, getting 30 million for all the items is like maximum 2 to 3 hours of grind. That is when I know that this person does not grind like we do, like a content creator does. Like I said, 30 millions is just to get all the missions done, but they are asking you to put in the work to get the extra rewards. How are you ECAing all the units if the medals aren't enough? Right? So I would suggest there will be like a counterattack will be like, oh, well, you just grind the other world tournament and you're good to go with all the characters in the lineup that you can ECA. I'll be like, okay, I respect you, dude. But no, he gave me a lame ass excuse and he didn't keep going, by the way. Anyone who plays more than 30 million is absolutely blah. I'm not gonna say that, and it's not even a debate. There are strong ECAs and there are trash ones, and only the good ones is 30 million enough AF, sure. But yeah, like I said, players would not have the units done, and it's because they start grinding past 30 million and ask themselves, why don't I have this character ready? Because you need to ECA them. How? Well, grinding a mode that isn't as obnoxious as Chain Battle. So he got shut down because he never responded. So your boy Ara, my dude, the rates on the World Tournament banners, that is the most annoying thing ever, right? So if we go over to I suggest the tickets. Let me see the banners real quick. So we got these World Tournament ticket banners. These are bad. Like, not the characters, no, not the character lineup either. Just the summon pool in general, just trying to summon for a character here is so annoying because it doesn't guarantee you an SSR. That is the most annoying thing from this. So I do agree, yeah. Whoever made the rates on that banner is laughing at us like monkeys at the zoo and has been for almost 10 years. Change the rates. Yep, I agree. I definitely agree. These rates are so bad. So trying to get an SSR from here is incredibly rare. Yeah, it was worth it, to be honest. Like I said, in what sense? LRP love. But I didn't respond to this because he never stated anything regarding the issue. So I'm like, if you're worth it to like grind the World Tournament to get a couple of copies of LRP love, that's good. But that doesn't take away from the fact that Chain Battle is a lot easier. You don't need to grind as much. You just need to dedicate like a couple of minutes of your time to have it set up and have it ready to go. But no, you know what? No. 30 wins is more than enough in my opinion. It isn't bad in my opinion, like I said. For those who don't go too hard on this, yes, that could be a good balance. But for you to acquire the needed medals to ECA the batch of characters they provide, you have to go above the 30 wins, buddy. I will respond back. Pacey. I think I had a very kind of heated discussion, but then we made it up at the end. So, I mean, all you have to do is play to get the mission rewards, and that's not hard. Like I said, over here, I understand. However, with this positioning system where they grant you more for the spots that you end up in, it tells you you have to keep going for higher spots. Chain Battle was a one and done deal to get the top 1%. Nobody contradicted that. Pacey says, I hated Chain Battle just because I'm not a whale on my box was always duty. So my box was always duty, black mode. I can't curse, you know, for the mode, and I could never dream of grazing even top 50. Again, you just needed to reach out through here. You just needed to reach out through here because this was a team effort. It says it here, cooperating, just cooperating with characters from friends or guests. I had shoutouts to Brother Russia. Shoutouts to Halbert, shoutouts to DBC Archie, shoutouts to DBC Queen. There were so many people on Twitter that were like, hey, listen, you need help on Chain Battle? There's a Discord server that can help you out. Of course, I'm not opposed to this. This is just an invitation for them to have, you know, other people who know about Dokkan, who like to talk about Dokkan, and would like to keep the friendship going in regards to Dokkan. But even that, you didn't need an invite to a Discord server just to help you out for Chain Battle. You just needed to friend some people who were good at the game, who summon a lot. If you didn't have that, you know, that advantage or that chance to summon for all the characters in the game, and you were missing some characters, you don't need to set up like have a setup where this could avoid you from getting to top 1%. In fact, they helped out to get you to top 1%. I had so many people. Again, Russia has the biggest example. DBC Queen sometimes get to like a pretty higher spot in Chain Battle leaderboards. because of the help of others, because they are whales. So just befriend a whale and you're good. Like I said, that's the beauty of it. You didn't have to be a whale. Over here on Twitter, there was a community that helped out others to get you to the top spots easily. You just need whale friends, not to be a whale. So yeah, like I said, I made it up. This person is epic. Shouts to you, my dude, or to dead. You went burst mode in this world tournament. I see. Shouts to Ichigo. Yeah, like I said, I had to. So 13. This is where I had my I blew up a neuron during work on this. This is so much better than Chain Battle. It isn't a effing comparison. You want to explain? Want to explain why it isn't a effing comparison? Like I said, mind-numbing hours of pure grind just to get the spots for an entire weekend where you get awakening medals for one good characters, and 3 mega characters in a mode that you can get the top 1% in literally 5 minutes of one day. How is this so much better? And then the downward spiral kept going. So how about the fact you actually play the game instead of hop on for 5 minutes to get some blah-ass rewards? What sense of accomplishment do you get from Chain Battle? Like, this isn't EA, okay? What's your pride? What's your sense of pride and accomplishment? And that's where it kept going. So let me keep reading back. So the fact that it was a collaborative effort to acquire the top spots instead of having a mind-numbing, like I said, mind-numbing experience to reach the top spots where we don't even know how it is all calculated. They usually calculate the results. There are some botters in the game where they continuously play the game and stuff like that. So those botters do get their accounts banned. So sometimes you move up in the rankings. That's why sometimes you may end up in like 2,200 and something, but then you end up in like the top actual like 1,900 and something. It's like, oh, somebody got banned. Rewards in Chain Battle were not ASS. They help your team with good equips. That is the difference, right? So collaborative experience, you choose supporters and that's it. Dude, he didn't understand. So I've said by other players, not by the bots, which again, I bring the bots issue for the World Tournament. But continue to get your sense of accomplishment by grinding an event for 3 days. Understood, buddy? And then he kept mocking me. You get a sense of accomplishment for choosing 3 of the best characters not found by you and clicking start. Okay, understood, buddy. I'm like, I assume that you ran out of valid arguments to prove your point. So I'll wait until you make a remarkable statement about how Chain Battle is bad and World Tournament is quote-unquote better. World Tournament takes more than 5 minutes of your time. Okay. And that's better how? We kept going, dude. It's a downward spiral. And I think we made up at the end. So Chain Battle is securing your top 1 spot. Done. World Tournament has you consistently grinding all weekend long to secure a spot where its rewards are mediocre depending upon where you end up in the rankings. Top 1% in Chain Battle secures you the high-end rewards. And that was it. You're locked in for the top 1% rewards. Over here on the World Tournament, it's a competitive aspect. I understand that. Some people prefer that. But it's a completely different, it's like comparing apples and oranges here, right? Chain Battle is a cooperative experience. Meanwhile, World Tournaments is just, you're on your own. You gotta compete against other people. You gotta grind the game. And I understand that. So it's like, World Tournament is real content. The only reason you think Chain Battle is better is because it takes no effort and you don't have to play the game. You just don't like playing the game. Take this from someone who has been playing the game for 7 years, buddy. Possibly longer than you. Just to throw in some front, because I feel like he was throwing some front too. It's not a takeaway from how you enjoy the game. I'm gauging the same reasoning as to why they decided, I don't know, that's a typo right there, to shut down the idea of Chain Battle as a whole instead of fixing it. I do agree Chain Battle wasn't a bad thing, but World Tournament is undeniably better for me. Now, that's when the argument ends. Because if it's better for you, I understand that. Now I cannot argue with that. I cannot take away from your enjoyment. That's fine. But now we're stepping away from that, and we're stepping into your personal preferences of how you enjoy the game. I'm stepping into how the mode balance out between the World Tournament and Chain Battle and how people hated it. And what was the reason as to why it was taken away instead of them fixing it. And the same purpose goes for the World Tournament. The only fix that they brought in for the World Tournament is that you can go even higher now because you can make the selection to just jump into the 30 point or times 30 multiplier. And that's fine. That was a good, quote unquote, a good improvement, but it doesn't fix how the World Tournament goes. So, like I said, I do agree, James. Yeah. Also, I've been playing since 2015, so he has been playing for like close to 7 years, or close to when the game released. And my current account was made during the STR Broly Dokkan Fest. Like I said, I'm happy for you. I'm happy that you enjoy it. I'm not taking anything away from one's enjoyment of the mode itself. My conclusion, since he didn't kept going, is that the World Tournament is arbitrarily more annoying than what Chain Battle was, and how could they improve both modes yet completely stop supporting one and not improve the other. And that's it. He ended the argument. So we go over here. Kiryu. Just because Japanese players didn't like it. That was... I cannot compete with that. He shut down my argument. Or at least people play World Tournament more than Blad Battle. And I was angry at this point. I was like, I don't know what Blad Battle is. Can you read properly? I was mad. So I was like, excuse me, I mean Chain Battle. I call it Blad Battle. I was like, oh, thank you, sarcastically. I was a little bit annoyed again. I kind of like blew up a neuron. So I was like, yeah, the JP didn't receive this too well, but instead of whining about it, shouts to the JP players, I'm sorry, they could have come up with ideas on how to fix it. In the many surveys that were thrown at them, now they got something way worse to get equipment, which is, we're gonna look it up. It is the good old Whis event. The good old Whis event. Let's go ahead and look it up. Go ahead and look it up, buddy. Let's go. I don't know where it is. It should be closed. There it is, right here. So this is the updated, I guess, Whis event, if I'm not mistaken. Actually, no, this is not the updated one. This is the one. Yeah. So, actually, I don't know if this is the most recent one. It should be... No, this is the 5-year anniversary. So this was when it was available during the 5-year. So there should be a Whis event available. No, this is not it. This is some of the older modes. I can't find it, but I really thought that they updated through here. But so it's one. This is the other one. This is the Gogeta side of things. No, this is the... Okay, so let me go into the news. Because this was fairly recent that they added this. I think they added it after the anniversary. There we go. So now, can we get this translated? Translate this page in English. Oh. So this event got renewed. So there is a way for you to get EX skill orbs and stuff like that, right? So the way that you gotta do this now is that you have to go to the event, spend 30, I think it is. I need to check it on my Dokkan device, which at the moment is restarting. But I believe it's 30 stamina that you gotta spend, and the EX skill orb sucks. It sucks sometimes. It's not the greatest EX skill orb that you can get. So you gotta go repeatedly over and over and over and over and over again so you can get some good rewards, and sometimes RNG. It's the same thing when you started grinding the equipment for LR Trunks and Broly. It's the same. Ooh, sorry. It's the same pattern. So there were no other... now tell me, how are you gonna get equipment? How are you going to get equipment that is going to be beneficial for your characters? There's no way. The only way to do it is through this event now. So good luck whenever we get this on global. This was the tickets talk. Yes, we can save those. In my opinion, it's not that bad and it wasn't chain battle versus world tournament, so I don't understand the point of what you're saying. So the comment section took that and ran with it. My point is, the mode people complained about was the one that stayed. Chain battle needed to stay. It's not a competition. It's about what modes they could have gotten rid of. I couldn't give a proper explanation. So let me just state this. I feel like in more than 140 characters or more than 200. The mode itself sucks. This sucks. There's no explanation that you can give me where you think that this is a decent grind, that this is okay to do. I don't like wasting an entire weekend to get to a top spot because of competitive stuff. And the process of doing the world tournament in general as a whole is like, you gotta beat 3 other people in the preliminary, then you gotta beat a quarterfinal, a semifinal, and a final, and you gotta do it all over again so you can see progression through the rankings. I'm not making a direct comparison of the mode, just like I said on the some of the comments over here. The way that I'm saying it is that, you know, there are some people actually comparing this to the world tournament. This is a collaborative effort. This is just competitive nonsense because you have to go deep in grinding the world tournament. So I'm not making a direct comparison. I'm just stating the 2 modes that they could have kept. I would be okay without world tournament. I would be fine. So, shouts to him saying I did want to come to this comment. Yeah, absolutely. We really worried about world tournament when Patan is far worse. I'm actually currently going through, since Patan Battle is here, this is one of the worst. It's one of the worst experiences ever. Yeah. So. Anything else? Yeah, let me see. Rambo. Best opinion about Dokkan I've seen in the past 5 years. People who would take the world tournament over chain battle eat chalk for dinner every day. Yeah, that is that was it, dude. This thread, you know, upon reading it now, it kind of made me look back and think like, yeah, Carlos, dude, you were like upset. I was being defensive because this mode, I like the chain battle. I like chain battle so much more than this. This is an absurd mode, and nobody should have kept it here. I didn't want it. I don't want this mode. It is stupid to just grind this mode nonsensically over and over and over and over and over again to, like I said, getting to a very good high spot. It is not good. I don't like it. If you do enjoy it, then that's personal preference. I cannot meddle with that. It's like saying, oh, I like pineapple on pizza, but I cannot make people eat pineapple on pizza, you know? I can't do that. I can only state my words and say what I like. And if people don't like it, then I can't change their mind, dude. I can't go hold them at gunpoint and be like, yeah, you better like this or we're gonna have a problem. But yeah, those are my thoughts and opinions. Let me know your thoughts down below about chain battle. I know that a lot of people hate it. I know that a lot of people don't hate it. I know that people will defend this mode to the death, and I know that people would defend chain battle. Because chain battle, they just needed to sit down properly one day and just fix the whole damn thing, instead of giving us cheap alternatives where they're not that great. Maybe not change, like I said, fix the mode. Instead of that, they have it at ease, by the way. They have it at ease to the point that they can just say, oh, we can just take off any other mode in the game easily. Let's say, for example, they take away, like, God forbid, they take away ECAs. They're taking a big ass part from the game. Let's just say that. You wouldn't be in agreement with that. Because ECAs is what make other characters stronger. So you're gonna be like, well, now what are we gonna do? So I'm joking, but at this rate in time, let me know your thoughts down below. Do you think chain battle was now it's just a waiting point, because chain battle is gonna be removed soon from the game. But let me know down in the comments below. Do you think that are they gonna just like remove this mode altogether if they do the same pace with chain battle, or would they just fix this? or how would they fix this so they can make it a little bit better for players to just grind the mode. And you know, your thoughts and opinions on what are we going to get as a replacement, which is the Whis event revamp, which you can do it multiple times, unlimited, but rare chance you can get powerful EX skill orbs. So oh boy. Anyways, that was my little ranty rant. I'll leave that there. I'll try to upload it today, and we'll see how it goes. So I appreciate you guys stopping by. Let me know your thoughts and opinions. I'll leave the thread linked in the description in any case you guys want to see it. Hope you guys enjoyed. This was fun to make. Fun to read these comments. Yeah. I shut you down, bro. There was no comment, no argument that you can bring up to make me change my mind. And some of the people that were like pretty nice and okay with it, because we had a change in opinion. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Hope you guys enjoy this little thread going in guns blazing. I'm defending chain battle, guys. I defended just for you. I'll see you guys all in the next video. Bye bye.